welcome or welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. I got a small pile here, like 9 or something like that. First one up. Cute little, this kind of moo style, comfy house dress. Summer, spring dress, all the things. I'm looking for washi tape. I need the washi tape. So, yeah, I don't know if this will be a mixed video. I kind of think it won't be. It'll just be a slightly shorter one. But not a whole lot going on. Been watching all the Sarah Boone stuff because that's what I do right now. Because I'm slightly obsessed with that story at the moment. Just seeing it play out because, you know, people, representing themselves is rare. Somebody to have forfeited that right because of their actions is just even more unique, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's one for the law books, right? Because this is not something that usually happens, and her definite desire to not be pro se is just quite obvious. This going out to Pamela. Here we have cute little like high waist dress. Looks like it's got a little overlay piece that you can, like almost like a jacket or a vest that goes over it. So cool. This I believe is a repeat buyer, which I have not put a repeat buyer sticker on. So we'll have to do that. I don't remember any others being repeat buyers, so sorry if you are and it doesn't come up. I just didn't see any others. Sometimes, there might glitch and it might not show me that somebody's a repeat buyer. So, is what it is, right? I'm back down to these slightly smaller guys, my eBay ones. I've used all of them, so wants to catch on things. So yeah, there will be a few more times in which I have to use the slightly bigger ones. And these are still the ones from the previous batch. So the batch after this are like a millimeter or two even smaller than this. So I'm just like, great, that's always fun. So yeah, and then I get a message, I don't remember when, that's just something of interest to talk about. Let's see here. This is going out to Christy. Here we have cute shirt pattern with the pleats at the pleats are kind of tucks at the shoulders. Definitely cute. So yeah, I get a message from somebody on like a $4 pattern, and they're like, please use waterproof packaging. I'm just like, well, A, I use polymillers, so yeah, that's what they are. B, it's like, it's a $4 pattern. Like, just, the most demanding people are the people that pay the least amount for something. And you're just like, I don't understand exactly what you went through in life that you're so demanding when you are literally doing absolutely the lowest, amount possible, when you're paying the lowest amount possible. It's just crazy to me that people think that way. This is going out to Elizabeth. Here we have cute retro 50s dress. I love this design element. Like, it's so cool looking. So yeah, that person just, I don't know, it just amazes me that people have this level of entitlement when you know, and you'll hear a lot of resellers say this, you know, the most demanding people are the people that pay the least. And it's like, why are people, you know, where does that come from? It's interesting to me from like a psychological, sociological perspective, because we don't tend to think that way in general, you know? Like, if you're paying up for something, sure, you can be demanding. But to be somebody that is clearly paying very little for something, yet being demanding as if they're, you know, paying thousands for something, it's just a very unique and complex way of thinking that most people just don't. Let's go out to Sarah. And here we have, it's a skirt. These slightly older patterns. You always tend to mostly find them in the smaller sizes, so it's always great when they do sell, because it means you're coming across, you know, people are coming across your patterns that are of all shapes and sizes, so, and that is what we want, because we sell multiple sizes of patterns. But yeah, just like I said, the psychological aspect, we live in a society very much that people of wealth kind of get, you know, get things a little bit easier for them, you know. They can be a little bit more demanding of things, and, you know, and then of course if you're like famous, you can have all the money in the world and people will still give you free stuff, yet the people that have no money and need things, you know, nobody will help them out. It's a very weird concept, especially things, just because somebody's famous doesn't mean they're a good person. So people might be giving this famous person free stuff, and this person is just a rude, ignorant individual that doesn't deserve free stuff. It's going out to Jenna. Here we have a cute little summer dress with the princess seams. So this is definitely 90s-ish. Always patterns I'm looking for at this point, because the 90s patterns, they're selling right now. So yeah, this is probably going to have to go in a bigger bag. Just saying. I don't think it'll fit in the small one. And we as a society, we don't help out the people that need the help the most. It's just, it's crazy to me. Like, it was, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago now, Seoul in South Korea had this massive flood, massive rain, and it flooded, you know, all the low-lying areas. And that's, of course, where the poorest people lived. And it was just like, you know, they didn't have much, and then they was losing what they did have. It was like, okay, so our rich people build the houses up on the hill in more of the safety zones, and we put people that have no money in the slum areas that are more likely to sustain damage and stuff like that. And it's like, I think we're doing that, kind of doing that wrong, you know. It's going out to Carrie. Here we have cool jacket, zipper front, shawl collar. Seems like a nice little basic tab. But yeah, this whole thing, you know. The rich build their houses up on the hills where they're safer, and the poor are stuck down in the valley in the low-lying areas. And we just don't keep people that have very little, we don't keep them safe. And we as a society should probably be doing things the other way around. And we just aren't. So when you come across somebody who is more of you know, somebody who's down in the valley, shall we say, down in those low-lying areas, apparently, or is buying stuff as if that's where they were, paying those prices, you know. When they suddenly act more like they're up on the hill with higher demands, it's very weird. Because generally it's the people up on the hill with the higher demands, not the people stuck down in the valleys. It's going out to Carla. Here we have cross stitch. This is a cool little scenery. It's like glaciers. It's really hard to see on this picture. Some of these older patterns, like this, literally the picture is separate, right? Go in here. So, and they did that a lot with some of these older patterns, you know. So the pictures aren't always the clearest, which, you know, nothing wrong with that, but it's a little harder to show you what it is because it's just harder to see. So yeah, you know, we as human beings, the more we have, the more we demand to have more, and the less we have, the less demanding we are. So, like I said, there's that human psyche element that, you know, and maybe they are, you know, maybe there's somebody with a bunch of money, and because they're at that place where they are wanting more and more and more, they're still highly demanding, even when they're purchasing at a much lower level. So I guess that's always possible. This is going out to Julie. And here we have last one, people, last one. This is cute. Got this little kids jacket, skirt, pants, vest. And they really picked some really cute fabrics for this one. So the simplicity, I might have to go in a slightly bigger one. Bigger poly bag. So, yeah. I don't know, but when you do come across those people that are, you know, paying pennies for something and then demanding that you, like, add more value to it by giving them something else along with it, it's like, you know, you're, I don't know, this take mentality is just crazy to me. And like I said, you know, if they are somebody that is just, you know, because they have that take mentality and they're buying things as cheap as possible to have as much as possible, you know, yeah, you get to that point, I get it. I don't necessarily think it's good for you as a human being from like a psychological perspective, but if you are somebody that just doesn't have much in life and then are still demanding more, it's very crazy. And you know, now that I think about it, Sarah Boone has so little. Like, she had her apartment because her husband paid for it. She had her first lawyer because her husband was paying for it, her ex-husband. She was one of those people, she didn't have much, but she demanded a lot. And it's just, it's very unusual because it's just not the way the human psyche tends to work. So when you come across those people, they're fascinating to you. So, guess it explains why Sarah Boone fascinates me so much. Anyways, like I said, last one. So be sure and do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you feel like it, go ahead and hit the thumbs down. You're not going to hurt my feelings, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.